What I received to share today was how we create our reality when we're looking at things as wrong versus looking at things from a more aligned perspective. We could call that neutrality, or just the understanding that the best is always unfolding for us. So what happened was I had this vision, and it showed me someone who was creating their reality while looking for everything wrong. And it was interesting because I have 3 examples in my personal life that I'll share later in this video that tie it all together. But in the vision, there was a person, and they were doing a get-together, a summer get-together. And so they had people bringing different foods, different games, a whole bunch of different people, and they had the location planned and all of that. Yet they had this in their head, this pattern, this program of looking for what's wrong. And in the vision, they were seeing that the upcoming weather forecast was going to be quite warm, and they immediately think, oh, this could be wrong, this could be bad, it could prevent people from coming, people could get sunburns and all this. And so the looking for what was wrong was actually causing their imagination to focus on the worst case scenarios, or things that they didn't even want to happen. Yet with our focus, we are creating. And when this person was perceiving this as wrong, it doesn't feel good when we see anything as wrong, because of course wrong is judgment, and there's resistance there. And so this person was thinking, oh, this is wrong, and they're getting tense, they're getting worked up in their head, thinking about all these things that could go wrong, and they couldn't even enjoy the moment they were in. And then another example in this vision was that perhaps someone couldn't make it to this gathering they were setting up, and they thought, oh, this is wrong, and they made that person guilty for not showing up. Yet what they didn't see is that by that person not showing up, it was actually better for everyone else. And so, and the other thing about the temperature, they didn't realize, they didn't think of, that the temperature would change in the coming days before the event. And if it was warm, it could be great. But instead of looking for these positives, they're so focused on the negatives. Because when we're looking for what's wrong, we're focused on the negatives, what bad things can happen, etc. And then we create our reality. Well, we co-create, because everything really is a co-creation with the field. And so in this example as well, there's enough people that were looking forward to this gathering that it was going to go great. It was going to be wonderful. And so this person who was looking for what's wrong and worrying about it, that was all for nothing. And it was really tough to see how when we're running from this program of looking for things that are wrong, we're only making our life less enjoyable. And a lot of times things are going to go well anyway, because everyone else is co-creating too. And so there's that. Yet the person who's always looking for something wrong will likely find wrong things during that day, even though it's the perfect day, because everything is always unfolding in the best possible way for everyone. And I felt so grateful, because I used to run from this program of looking for what is wrong and and anticipating wrong things happening and bad things happening and catastrophic thinking and all of that. And now that I've risen out of it and I can see how people operate that are in it, oh, I have so much compassion for them and compassion for that previous version of myself, because simply by understanding the reality, like understanding how reality works, in that everything that is unfolding is the best case scenario, just that alone gives one so much peace. And then when they're feeling peace, then their reality starts reflecting that peace. Yet one who is looking for what's wrong and worried, stressed out to different extents, then the reality brings more things to make them feel that way. So you can see that every thought, every feeling, it's all signaling to the field what we want to create. And if you told someone who is looking for what was wrong that they're wanting to create more wrong in their life, they probably wouldn't quite understand, even though we're really wanting to assist them. But that's just what it's doing. It's just making one's life less enjoyable. It's creating more experiences so that they can feel that way. And when they could be just relaxed, trusting, because everything in this vision, that this gathering turns out amazing and perfect anyway. So there was really absolutely no point to that. And when someone is thinking of looking for things that are wrong, they're in resistance. So they're not open to the insights, the helpful reminders, downloads, the clarity. With resistance, there's not clarity. There's clarity when we are in alignment. And when we're in alignment, we are relaxed, we are at ease, we are trusting, we have faith that everything is going to turn out great. And, or at least in the best way possible for us, for our learning experience. And that brings me to my 3 examples. So I was out for a walk today, and when I was starting the walk, I could feel these spider webs. You know, when you walk through spider webs, and the day was a bit warmer than I anticipated, and your skin is a little bit sticky, and the spider webs just stick to you. And I felt the spider webs sticking at first, and then felt more, and then I felt them on my face. And then I was thinking, oh, these spider webs. And then I caught myself and I said, oh, I'm focused on seeing what's wrong instead of looking up and enjoying all of the beauty all around me, listening to the birds, and just taking in Mother Nature. And then because I brought myself out of it, then I had clarity drop in, and I realized that this was also a spiritual message from the spider, because the spider, to me at least, represents creating our reality and spinning our webs. This is like creating our reality. And how when we are looking at these things, looking for what's wrong, that's what we're going to create more of. And yet when we realize, oh, this is just reminding me to look for what's right, or just to really, for me, it was to come back to the present moment and just enjoy the moment I'm in, because I think it's all right. So yeah, that helped me in an interesting way. And you can see how someone may let that kind of thing ruin their whole walk picking spider webs off themselves or anything. But as soon as I shifted to seeing the positives, I never felt the spider webs on my body again. It's so interesting how that works. I didn't touch another spider web on the whole walk. So there was that. And at another point in this walk, I was getting quite warm. And I thought, oh, it's getting so warm. And the old me would have thought, oh no, I'm gonna get sweaty, and it's just too warm, and people are gonna see me with sweat stains, and this kind of thing, and oh, I don't want to take off this top because then I don't have sunscreen on these areas of my body, and they're gonna get a burn and all this stuff. But the me now, I asked my guidance, you think take off my top? And the guidance said yes. And so I trust that. And so I took it off and I put it around my waist. And I instead of being worried about a sunburn, I thought, oh, I get a nice tan. And oh, this is so freeing. This is so wonderful. And there was actually a point on the trail where I could sense someone was up ahead, and like a minute later, there were two people. And the old me would have, gone to put my top back, tried to put my top back on or all this stuff. But I was just free. I was relaxed, and we just said hi and walked on, and it didn't take up any of my mind. And so this helped me, instead of seeing the heat as something wrong, to embrace it and enjoy it while it's here, enjoy the sun on the skin, such a beautiful feeling. And also to see this, my newfound confidence around other humans, that I'm not trying to present myself in a certain way. I can just be myself, however that is. And of course I was wearing something. I wasn't going completely topless. But that was the second one. And I actually ended up seeing these people again, and we had a great conversation, and they're really cool, really interesting. And so yeah, the walk ended up going way better than anticipated. And I felt so great after. And then right before I went to film this video, I was having some mango slices, a little snack, and I bit into one, and I was just watching something on my computer here, and I bit into one, and there's some sugar on the slices, dried sugar, and it popped all over my keyboard, my computer keyboard. And the old me would have thought, oh, what have I done? I did something wrong, and now I have to clean this up. And what if the sugar gets into under the keys, and all these kind of thoughts. But instead, I looked at it and I thought, oh, put a little sweetness on it. I saw it as a message, a spiritual message, to add a bit more sweetness to my life, maybe a little more sweetness to these videos, put a little sugar on it. And what a fun, beautiful thought that is. And so I chose that was the meaning, because we assign meaning to everything. And I trust that everything that happens is my best case scenario. And so that's what I came to the conclusion. And I feel it's already uplifted me. It's made me feel more joyful, thinking of ways to add a little more sugar, whether it's to these videos, whether it's in my life, or just in my day-to-day. And so I'm so thankful that that happened. And so you can see the difference of one who's looking for what is wrong, whereas the other one who is looking for, I guess we could call it the underlying purpose of everything that unfolds, the purpose for our benefit, because everything is for our benefit. So this is two ways we can look at life. And if you came across this video, then I trust that there's something in here for you that you may want to sprinkle a little sugar on your life and start to see these spiritual messages that are coming all the time. Instead of thinking of something as wrong, look for the spiritual message in it. What is this showing me? What is this teaching me? What is this encouraging me to do more, or etc.? And I assure you, you will be delighted, because you'll start noticing that everything is actually helping you. And when we can look at life like that, we can be creating a summer gathering, and we can just trust that the best possible thing will happen, that the best possible weather will be there, that the best people will be there, that the best food for it will be there, that everything will be as it's meant to be for the best case scenario for ourselves and all others. And that is truly how it does unfold. And so we might as well start seeing it in that way. And when we do, we feel good. And feeling good is the sign that we are in alignment. And when we're in alignment, we are in an allowing state. And we are allowing so much energies. We are allowing our manifestations to come in. We are allowing desires to come in. We are allowing healing, because when we're at ease, our cells can rejuvenate, and the body is just much happier when we are in a state of alignment. And so there are so many benefits to this, to our health, to our life. And yeah, it's completely changed things for me. Instead of wandering this earth thinking everything is against me or out to get me, I walk around now thinking everything is helping me, because it is. That is the profound truth in all this. Because when you can take this and look back on your life, you'll be able to see in even the most challenging situations that everything was in fact helping you to get to where you are today. And so we might as well enjoy it. We might as well look for the benefits now and be present and enjoy what we're going through. And the more we enjoy it, the more we're going to attract enjoyable experiences. The more we enjoy it, the higher vibration we'll be. So we'll be on a higher vibrational timeline, experiencing more of our desires. And so it's just, yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer. I just want to focus on continuing on my path, and yeah, and I'm sure you are the same, because once we get on an ascension path and we taste the freedom, the liberation, the peace that we have with all of these old programs that we shed away, we just want to keep going. And life becomes so exciting and so enjoyable and just so peaceful and relaxed. Yet still, these old things may come up, like they even did for me, and then we just remind ourselves of this new truths. And the more we do that, the more we make it our default state to move through the world in this way. So yes, my friends, that was the message that is coming through today. And yeah, and so it might be fun to leave a comment if you had a little experience, kind of like one of my little experiences, that may originally or initially appear to be something that's unpreferred, but then you realize that it's actually helping you. So that would be cool to see. So yes, and with that, I will send you much love and blessings on your journey, and wishing you the most beautiful day. See you.